Welcome back to another episode of Front Row Cinema, a movie podcast for movie lovers by movie lovers. I am your host, TJ Trimboli, and with me, as always, my co-host. I got the owner of Nokia phones in the house tonight. Got Mr. James O'Reilly in the house.
Yeah, we've had a string of robberies, but we're bouncing back. Nokia is definitely gonna stay on top of the cell phone game for all of time.
Yeah, dude, I can't see you guys going anywhere anytime soon, especially with those indestructible phones you guys got over there.
I
What?
know, you just need to buy one and then you're good for like a decade.
Yeah, none of those broke during this movie, right?
No, no, of course not.
Course not. And each week we take a look at a different movie from our childhood and we see how well it's aged, along with the hype surrounding the film, its box office analysis, and legacy in the film industry. So if you enjoy this kind of content, hit that sub button on YouTube, leave that 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's how you help the channel grow. Jim, what are we watching tonight?
We're watching Cellular.
That's right. Probably the most 2004 movie ever made. The action thriller itself, directed by David R. Ellis, written by Chris Morgan of future Fast and Furious fame, and starring Kim Basinger, Chris Evans, Jason Statham, and William H. Macy. Now, we got the lovely DVD cover here that has probably one of the greatest taglines I think I've ever seen on a movie, Jim. Let me just read this tagline for you for Cellular. If the signal dies, so does she.
It's so true.
Like straight to the
Like a
point.
great tagline. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's well
great,
done.
absolutely powerhouse tagline right there. And then we got our lovely little log line on the back, and it reads, what if someone's life was literally on the line and the power to save them was totally in your hands? For Ryan, the choice begins with a frantic call from Jessica Martin. Having been kidnapped at gunpoint and locked in an undisclosed attic, Jessica pleads with Ryan to get help before her abductors return to kill her. With no way of knowing where she is, and with the battery in his cell phone dying quickly, Ryan is plunged into a relentless, high stakes thrill ride through a world of lies and murder in this riveting, pumping suspense thriller.
Yeah. Sunny Side Up guy might have been back there on the line.
On the
I
line,
see what they
man.
did there.
That's some really good ones right there. Some good stuff right there in the log line. Excellent work. Is this a first time watch for you? Had you seen this movie before?
I wasn't sure before I watched it, and then when I watched it, I am 100% sure that I did. Because there's one thing that I remembered very vividly when it happened in like this time, like that I remember seeing back then. Uh, that scene like toward the end when the one dude like busts in on Kim Basinger and he's gonna like try and kill her, I think, at worst, or maybe at best. But he like busts in on Kim Basinger and she like cuts like a small thing like in his like
Oh,
arm,
like the
and then
artery.
she's like, "That's like the super duper artery. You're gonna bleed out in like 8 seconds." Like that's
What you do to me, lady?
like I remember that scene specifically, like from my childhood, like from when I was a teenager.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember when I saw this first. I'd only seen it one time, and it was around when it came out. It wasn't in theaters, but probably when it came out on DVD, I got it and watched it. And the only thing I remembered from this movie when we were going into it this time to watch it was I remembered the really silly ending where he shows that he just recorded the footage on his phone. And you can tell that it's like when he shows the phone, they just like superimpose, like shrinked and superimpose the
Yeah,
footage over the phone.
absolutely. Yeah, it's
It's
so
like
great.
it looks so silly. So I knew going back into this, I was like, this is going to be a very silly watch because I remember this movie being like absurd, and it absolutely was absurd. It is a very 2004 thriller, and the box office reflects that because it's something. So let's cue it up, Jim. Let's dive into those box office numbers.
Numbers, dates, and numbers, numbers, dates, hooray. Dates, numbers. Show me the money.
All right. So Cellular is going to open against a $25 million budget. Feels appropriate. It feels like there was some prudent people behind greenlighting this movie.
Yeah, that is like an appropriate budget.
Yeah, and what it shows me the most is that they know like what movie they're making. You know what I mean?
like and also like we'll get into this a little bit later. Like regardless of the quality of the movie, it's a shame that we've lost these types of movies in theaters. Like we've talked about this ad nauseum about how like that mid-budget movie disappears. This is that type of movie that is now gone from theaters these days. You don't make
Yeah,
this movie for 25 million anymore.
I mean, they
You
probably make it
do
for a lot less and put it on
put
streaming.
it on
Yeah.
streaming. Exactly. Yeah, you do it for less,
Or
you throw it on streaming.
or if Apple's making it starring the iPhone, they maybe spend a lot more and put it on streaming. But
Or you put The Rock in it, spend $300 million and throw it on throw it somewhere.
yeah, honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Cellular starring The Rock and the iPhone 25 like hasn't been made on Apple TV yet. Like
Well, I mean, like,
I think it might be coming, honestly.
how much of this movie is just rendered inert by technology advancing?
Uh
The whole premise of this movie.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I think we'll get into that in a little bit.
We will.
But
We
I
will.
do just I want to stick with the box office for now. So against that $25 million budget, it's gonna open the weekend of September 10th through the 12th.
What a way to remember.
I think this is the weekend after Labor Day, question mark. I think,
Yes,
right?
yes, 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 sir. It is the weekend after Labor Day. We're back in school. We're doing our 9/11 remembrance this weekend.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, so Cellular, it's gonna open the weekend of September 10th through the 12th. It's gonna open in second place
Ooh.
with $10.6 million behind
Yes.
what I can only imagine is our next movie.
Are you throwing out the guess? What do you think it is?
Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Oh, Jim, oh, Jim, oh, Jim. That's right. We actually returned to a movie I saw in theaters. Resident Evil Apocalypse is next.
Well, I guess we had to do it sometime. I guess.
Listen, you didn't
So
get enough
yeah, I'm
Paul
excited for
W.S.
that one.
You didn't get enough Paul W.S. Anderson in AVP.
No, I guess I didn't. I guess not. But, but no, I'm excited for that one. I'm interested to go back because I haven't seen any of those Resident Evil movies in a long time either.
I think I watched them the one time when we would all go see them in theaters and make fun of them, and then never watch them again. So it will be fun to watch them again and make fun of them with you on this podcast.
Yeah, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on Resident Evil then. Uh, Cellular, like we said, in second place. It's going to beat out the fourth weekend of Without a Paddle
Oh,
down in third. The third weekend of Hero, which we talked about last week.
oh yeah.
And then, Anacondas is still down here in sixth
Oh
place in
yeah.
its third weekend. Paparazzi, which, oh, how did we skip Paparazzi?
Oh man. Paparazzi.
Yeah, Paparazzi is down here in its second weekend in eighth place. Collateral's still hanging around.
Dude.
Notably, Napoleon Dynamite in its 14th weekend.
Will be getting to Napoleon Dynamite soon because I did see that. I have a ticket stub, but I didn't see it until like end of September, October.
Right, to like way later. Okay, so
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite's coming up. It's
Because I
down
think
here
it
in
had
the
like a
seventh.
really weird rollout, I feel like it started, it's one of those movies that started like not to the level of Chicago, but like Chicago, where like it opened in like two places, but then like kept expanding.
Yeah, and we'll probably talk about it when it comes around. Yeah, we'll probably go through all that.
Man,
For right now,
it's
let's
one of
stick with
this
Cellular.
this is a fucking breeding ground of waste.
Yeah, September it might be worse than January, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Like
like,
not
I don't
one
know.
movie you've mentioned so far like has stood the test of time.
Right, not a single one. And so like going into weekend two of Cellular, maybe we'll talk more a bit about like the rest of September when we do. Yeah, because we got a lot of movies coming up. So let's
Just
just
ride
stick with
Cellular out.
Cellular for right now. We'll make this kind of like a running thread, September 2004, just to see how that's
We're
doing.
gonna be here for a
Um,
while. There is a lot of schlock coming out in September.
yeah, but so going into weekend two of Cellular, it's gonna drop all the way down to fifth place. Only a 34.9% drop pulls in $6.9 million.
Not a bad drop. Although, like when you start at 10, like if
Right.
you're having a plus 50 drop when you open at 10, like pack it in.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of room to fall when you start so low. Exactly. Weekend three, it's going to drop down to sixth place 47.8% drop down to 3.6 million.
Wait, can it get four?
Weekend 4, 10th place. 2
Ooh.
million even with a 44.4% drop.
It's not getting
And
five.
then finally, in weekend 5, it's down in 13th place with just a shade under $1 million, 953,000.
Oh boy. Well, Cellular, welcome to the 4 week club where so many 2004 movies have landed right now. You are in amongst elite company of movies. We won't go through all of them because there's way too many to name. But movies like Day After Tomorrow, Anchorman, The Village, and Anaconda's Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
Yeah, absolutely appropriate company is how I would put that. That sounds about right.
Yeah, just oof, just tough. Tough right there. No, I'm going to be interested to hear some totals, Jim, because I'm wondering if we're now officially like we're segueing out of that summer. It's going to be a while before we start seeing some blockbuster domestic hauls right now. Like, no way this
Right,
snaps
right.
100 million.
Right, like when this movie comes out in September, that is basically predetermined, yes. Uh, Domestic, it's going to finish with 32,003,000.
Jesus.
Not great.
Just barely making that budget back.
International, it's going to finish with 25.7. So no real saviors out here in the international market
Oh,
this time
man.
around.
Yeah. International market not coming to help.
For a worldwide total of 57.7 million.
Yeah. Oof. That's just tough overall. 57.7 going to put us in the number 77 slot, behind Holes 71.4, but ahead of Enough's 51.8. So just settling in that like just tough to reach blockbuster status for these movies. But I mean, like, helps that the budget was low, so it's not like a complete like absolute loss. Maybe
Yeah.
ancillary markets help you, buy back a little bit, but
Yeah,
definitely
no,
not where you want to be.
I think the reason this movie exists is because they almost definitely do. You know what I mean? Like, this is the kind of movie, and I'm going to relate this to my experience, right?
Okay.
This is the kind of movie my parents would buy me for Christmas. Like, where they just know I like movies, and they're like, yeah, he's like a teenage guy. He'll probably like this one. Like, I know he saw it.
From the old cellular. I know he's got a phone.
Yeah, right.
This
And
is
it's the
this is
kind
what
of
they would get you for Christmas when you ask for a cell phone.
Right, right. Yeah, right, exactly. Something like that. But I don't know that anybody like would like and I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say anybody. There's probably some people out there who were psyched that Cellular was out on DVD. Those people exist, right? But
Yeah.
like it's living in like the Transmorphers area where it's like, maybe when grandma's at Target, she'll just like buy this DVD because there's like a bald dude with a gun on the cover, and like she thinks
It's
like that her grandson will like that, you know?
sitting in like that $5 movie bin. You're just like digging your hand in like a claw machine, pulling it out.
Right, exactly, yeah. So like I don't know, I think this probably does pretty well like in DVDs. Not like it's probably not making like a gazillion dollars, but it's doing enough for with that $25 million budget that they're like that the studio is probably doing some high fives, you know?
They're probably like, we did all right here. And all right, they did. 56% from the critics, 58% from the audience. So like right neck and neck there. We're looking at a B plus cinema score here, Jim. So it's it's a death sentence right there.
Audiences just didn't understand.
Yeah, they
That's
weren't
my that's my 10-star review of Cellular.
they weren't
People
ready.
just didn't get it.
They weren't ready for it yet. And I got one or two Hughes reviews for you here, Jim. Some people with some thoughts on the movie Cellular. We begin
I can imagine.
as always, with our 1 star movies. And this person writes, wow, this movie, load of crap. The storyline was that of something cut out of a cereal box. The possibility of someone knowing how to configure a broken phone board to get in contact with the outside world, 1 in a million, 2 in a million, 3 in a million. The actual chance that someone would listen to a woman that calls your number and starts blabbing on about a kidnapping is astronomically, insignificantly, positively small. The lawyer of the film just brushed off Jessica, the mother of the film, and said, one, shut up, and two, get off my phone. The character that was chosen to answer the phone had to be the most helpless, low self esteem, sorrowful person that has, in this case, been dumped by an amazingly good looking, hot chick.
Oh
Plus,
no.
the idea that a guy with such simpleton like obedience could beat highly trained cops that do this for a living is pretty much ridiculous. I'm a true movie buff and watch a lot of movies. I never comment on them due to the fact that I'm too lazy to do so. But in this case, I just couldn't help myself. What is the movie industry coming to? First, a movie about a guy and a phone, and soon a movie about some people stranded in the desert rebuilding a plane. Come on, people. What are we doing here?
Is he talking about Flight of the
Flight of the
Phoenix?
Phoenix? Yes, he is. Which to that I say, how dare you, sir? Flight of the Phoenix, absolutely top tier cinema.
Yeah, and like, how does a movie buff not realize that that's like a remake? Like, come on, how many movies have you seen, sir? Flight of the Phoenix has been around forever.
He's like, first I gotta watch a movie about a guy and a phone, then a guy with a phone. Now people stranded in the desert, no
A
phones.
guy, a guy in a phone booth. There's a guy. Like, I don't know. Movies really seem to think these phone things are gonna catch on. Like,
This guy hit all the hits, baby. Called out the hot chick. Talked about how much of a movie buff he is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a very layered qualifier, by the way, because not only had he seen a lot of movies and was a big movie buff, but he's usually too lazy to comment on them. So when he comes out of the woodwork to tell you about Cellular, you best listen,
Yeah, you
pal,
best
because
listen to this
he
man.
doesn't do this very often.
This man got off the couch for your benefit.
Right. He is overcoming his laziness because you need to hear this, okay? So listen up.
Listen up and listen well. But what you absolutely shouldn't do, Jim, is listen to our next person, our last one-star review, who writes probably the most unhinged review I think I've ever read for a movie thus far on IMDb.
Wow, dude, that is a high qualifier. Let's hear this.
Their their review is simply one sentence, and it reads, Jim, reads, would they please allow me to urinate on Jessica Martin's mouth for showing up that creepy sobbing?
What? Wait, who's Jessica Martin?
That's Kim Basinger's character.
Oh, that's her name in the movie?
Yep.
Wait, okay, read that one more time.
Would they please allow me to urinate on Jessica Martin's mouth for showing up that creepy sobbing? Yeah.
So am I to, like, what I'm hearing is that this guy urinating on Jessica Martin's mouth is in response, like, it's like a punishment because of, like, her
The way,
crying in the movie?
yeah, for the way he had to witness her sobbing.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for that. ABBA CD. I currently have Cash Patel and the FBI on the phone. You will be
Yeah,
you will
that
be
is
call
pretty
soon.
nuts. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Because, like,
I think you
he
might have to be
didn't,
hospitalized.
right, he said maybe like 15 words and like like six of them were about peeing on somebody. Like,
At
that's
least
pretty nuts.
at least he asked. Like, would they please allow me? Like, so he's waiting for the okay.
Yeah, and who's they?
So fuck if I know.
Who's the people handing out those permission slips? Like, what is that about?
I don't know, but dear God, I hope I never run into him. Man,
It's horrendous, man.
man, it's rough. So let's turn it over to the tenors and hope maybe they have a few more sound takes. And our first person comes from their name is Cup of Soup. Brings us our first tenor 10 out of 10. And they write, this movie is just a classic. Kim Basinger delivers the performance of her career. This is even better than Phone Booth. I absolutely love this movie. I would highly recommend this movie to everybody. This movie is a classic in the tradition of Phone Booth and Panic Room.
Who
Panic
wrote this? The guy who made Phone Booth?
and Panic Room. Panic Room is similar in the sense of being trapped in a room. Phone Booth is similar in the sense of being trapped in a telephone booth, but it's a telephone booth instead of a cell phone. Those are the ways in which Panic Room, Phone Booth, or Cellular are the same type of movie. I would say that this is Kim Basinger's best movie of the century.
I mean, this guy. Now, here's a real movie buff. He compares it to two movies that came out within like 8 months of this movie. Like, it's like this guy just started going to the movies like last year. He's like, all
Let me
he's seen is
explain to
Panic
you
Room,
all the
Phone
reasons.
Booth, and then Cellular.
Phone Booth is similar because he's trapped in a phone. He's trapped in a phone booth. Panic Room's similar because he's trapped in a room.
Yeah,
Thank you for
exactly.
coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, it's like because those are the two traits that would come out if Panic Room and Phone Booth had like a baby. It would be like somebody trapped in a phone and somebody else trapped in a room. Like they combine the two.
This guy's sitting at home like, man, these creatives sitting here thinking the real questions, like just melding real cinema together to create new cinema.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm gonna like push back here and say that might be the most unhinged review you've read yet, because like that comparisons aside, that can't possibly be Kim Basinger's best role yet, right? Like that can't
He
be.
started out like he convinced himself. In the beginning, this was just the best performance of her career. By the end, it was the best it was her best movie of the century.
I mean, wait, that's less though, right? Because then it was not necessarily better than any of the movies she was in the '90s.
Because at this point, like it's only 2004. There's only been 4 years of the century.
I mean, dude, Kim Basinger was in 8 Mile like 2 years ago. You're saying that she was better in this than 8 Mile?
Let's be
LA
real,
Confidential?
Jim, let's be real. He didn't see 8 Mile.
Batman? Like, it's like, come on.
First off, LA Confidential and Batman is a completely different century, so those don't count.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he did say of the century, yeah.
And this movie, this Phone Booth, I'm convinced Phone Booth was the first movie this man's ever seen.
Yeah, right. Like, cinema history starts at Phone Booth, and everything else is derivative. Like,
this reads like a kid who's just recently been given access to be allowed to watch movies.
yeah, right. Like like his parents, for some reason, will only let him buy movies about phones and rooms. Like he's just his whole world is Panic Room and Phone Booth. And
this
then
actually
just
the kid.
imagine that's your whole world. And then Cellular comes out. It's just like, oh my god, this thing's taking movies to new heights.
This kid's eating good this year. This kid is actually just coming to us from the future of the movie The Black Phone. He's been stuck in a basement with a room, and this is only all he's been allowed to watch.
Yeah. It's so bad. All right, so wait, do you take Cellular or The Black Phone? Which is the better phone stuck in a room movie?
Oh man. That's
a very hyper-specific genre. I don't know if we'll think of another one.
I didn't even think about this. The whole phone genre, like, man, we're really hitting a whole subgenre I didn't even know existed. Fuck, I don't know. I did both of those movies are garbage. Probably
you're telling me she was better in this than Charlie St. Cloud? Is that what this guy's saying?
This kid that movie didn't exist yet. He doesn't know that that's a thing. Yeah, Charlie. He's got to be before Charlie St. Cloud.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. By the way, too. What's your favorite phone in a room movie? What's your?
Is there a phone in Charlie St. Cloud? Like that kid's not watching this.
I think you could argue that like playing catch with a ghost is like some sort of like psychic like telephone. You know what I mean? Like
Like
Like,
I know you can make that claim. Will
but
that kid buy it? Will
that's
he buy that claim is the
the
question.
problem. The problem isn't that it's missing the phone, buddy. The problem is it's a phone and boat movie.
Yeah.
Like that's a whole different thing, you know?
Whole
Like we need
different
a
ballgame.
room.
I need a ruling from Cup of Soup where we're really gonna need to keep an eye out for this kid because I need to see what else he's watching in the future.
Yeah.
Really
I
gonna
mean,
have to
to
keep an
be
eye out.
fair, outside of 8 Mile though, maybe Cellular is the best movie of the century for Kim Basinger. It's like
It's
number
possible.
two, I would say.
She's gonna yeah, she's really gonna take a deep dive off a cliff in the 2000s. So this kid might be onto something. Oh boy, oh
Yeah.
boy.
Did you have any more reviews?
I got one last tenor here. And this last person writes, who else agrees that Chris Evans is the hottest guy ever?
Oh, it's
The
the
movie
it's the ever elusive guy, babe.
The movie Cellular was awesome. It keeps you watching till the very end. I rented it because Chris Evans is a babe, but it turned out to be a pretty good movie. I cannot wait to see him in future projects. Anyway, if you were in Ryan's situation, would you have gone through all that? I think I may have like followed the guys to see where they were heading, but I don't know if I could have carjacked a dude and go after some dudes with guns. I don't know. Pretty scary, man. But anyway, who else agrees? Chris Evans? Total hottie. I can't get over that guy.
He's
Ding ding ding
that's
ding
so
ding ding
funny.
ding.
He's like, yeah, about the movie. I don't know if I would do all that, but anyway, isn't Chris Evans like a super babe? Like,
I just came here to say Chris Evans is hot, and I couldn't do anything he did in the movie.
yeah, right, right. So silly. But yeah, the ever elusive guy babe. That's a good one. It's usually the girl babes that people are
Yeah,
bringing up.
it's nice to see the guy bait come off. So Jim, I guess to kick off this conversation about Cellular, we should start with the ever elusive question. Now we know this movie is better with Chris Evans in it, but is Chris Evans
Right.
playing the right character? Would this be better served with Chris Evans playing a different character?
No, no, he's playing the perfect one in this. Yeah.
I think he's playing the perfect one. Now, for that time period, Chris Evans, absolutely. But if we're making this movie's coming out in 2025, does 2025 Chris Evans be worthy of a different character? Or do you still have him play who he's playing?
I think if you make this with 2025 Chris Evans plays like a kind of mixture of like he basically plays the William H. Macy character, but
Yeah.
that character just gets the phone call. Like that's how I think this movie plays out with
Ooh,
Chris Evans
okay.
like in
So yeah.
2025.
So you completely erase the like boneheaded like teen who's just out for fun. He's just the jaded cop looking for a reason to stay on the force.
Yeah, because like this movie's a thriller, kinda. Like kinda.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, in a sense.
it's like the 2004 version of a thriller is maybe what
Yeah,
I would say. Like a
yeah.
very like low budget like thriller, right? Um, the 2025 low budget version of a thriller is what you just said. It's Chris Evans is like the dark brooding cop who's like so ready to retire, you know what I mean? Or like he's not on the task force or whatever, you know? And then he gets the call and then like that's like kind of where it goes from there.
See it. I could see that work. Honestly, they could make that movie right now, and I don't think people would even
Right.
realize.
Right.
How many people do you think realistically, if you asked, would have ever even heard of this movie?
Honestly, I think you might have to jog people's memories a little bit, but I think they would know what you're talking about if you like hit some of the major points. But yeah, if you were just like, hey, you remember Cellular? I think like 99% of people would be like, what? Like, what are you
Like what?
talking about?
So that yeah, so there you go. Hollywood, remake it with Chris Evans again, but now as the jaded cop.
Yeah, yeah. And then yeah, dude, I'm telling you, and like the way you make it is it's starring the iPhone 25 and it's just on Apple TV. Like it's just one giant iPhone commercial. They'll spend like $500 million making that movie.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like
You just make it an ad. I mean, which it kind of is. Yeah, this movie is just pretty much kind of product placement for the Nokia, right? In this movie, like look at how versatile the Nokia is in this movie.
yeah. See, like you're not wrong. That I feel like the iPhone version would be a lot more of like isn't the iPhone video like so amazing? It can like solve crime, which
Yeah,
kind
no,
of
it
happens at the end of Cellular. Like
would
it
be
would be
so
way
much
more of a
worse.
commercial. Where one of the things I love about this movie, the 2004 version of it, is like they named the movie Cellular, which I think in a lot of ways is pretty bold. And then like they totally backed it up. Like they got to every inch of what a cell phone can do in a movie in this movie. Like they made like the penultimate cell phone movie. They're like, oh, you're gonna get random calls while you're driving around. Guess what? They might be people who are kidnapped. What are you gonna do then, huh? Well, you think cell phones are so great? And then
Yeah, it's like,
like,
and
and
I
then
like
like,
every wrench they could throw was in there. It's like, oh, the battery could die on you. You gotta get a
right, right.
charger. Or it's like,
Had a
oh,
battery, and
going
those
in a
cell phone stores
tunnel.
are so busy. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
going in a tunnel might lose you.
Right, right. The tunnel, yeah, the tunnel. And then like there's the part where the call gets like spliced to the guy from
Yeah,
Suits'
the
phone,
lawyer.
like and it's
Yeah,
like it's
dude, does that guy know how
like
to play any other thing other than
no,
the
he
guy from
doesn't need
Suits?
to, dude. He's
Uh,
made a life off of playing an
That
asshole lawyer. He's
that
great at
shtick,
it.
man, works so well. It's so funny.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so I'm guessing then you enjoyed this movie.
Oh yeah, I had a blast with it because I'll repeat something I said earlier on. They know exactly what movie they're making. And
Yeah,
they know it's like the dumb cell phone movie. So they put in all that shit we're talking about. Where they're like, oh, you're going through the tunnel. What are you going to do now? Like, it's so great that that's the movie they make. And like you said, like, that's how they're constantly raising the stakes. And then in the end, they're like, I bet you didn't know cell phones can take video. Did you know that? Like,
yeah, yeah. It
like
is
it's
such a
just,
funny also snapshot of just like where we were at like that specific time in the world because like we were talking about earlier, everything that happens in this movie and so much of the stuff around like the tech and everything was probably rendered inert within like 4 years. Like this whole entire movie obsolete.
yeah, the iPhone comes out in like 7 years. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
2011, I think,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
So it's so funny just seeing like it's like a window into 2004. Like so
like
I really enjoyed that too. And yeah, you're right. It is
cellular
just like
was closer to the invention of the iPhone than we are to the invention of the
yeah,
iPhone.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. So like it's so funny. Um yeah, no, I was worried in the beginning when I first started it because it's like very abrupt in the beginning, like how quickly like Kim Basinger comes into her house and like all of a sudden the dudes just break through the window and just kidnap her. And I was like, oh god, this movie's gonna be so stupid. But by the end of it, like I was like along for the ride with Chris Evans, like when he's on the pier, like trying to like get the one up on them and everything. This movie's really dumb, but like I'm in, like I'm kind of in.
yeah. He's the one on the cell phone. Everyone's on a cell phone.
Like it's so silly. I will say too, like, and I do love to this movie's credit that like it does go balls to the walls because it is absolutely absurd how quickly Chris Evans is willing to go the distance in getting this
Right.
woman. Like
To
how
rob a
quickly
cell phone store at
he
gunpoint.
pulls, yeah, not only at gunpoint, Jim, he fires the fucking gun in the store
Right.
at the sign. Like, it's one thing to be like, okay, I'll bring the gun in there. Like, it's a whole other thing to be like, I'm gonna fire the fucking gun. Like,
Yeah. In the iPhone commercial version of this, he's still playing a cop and he still pulls a gun in the cell phone store, but he's like doing the like, I'm Detective John Kimball. Like he's doing that like in the mall. Like he's like, I'm a cop, like get down, like that kind of shit.
yeah, no, it is such an absurd movie, but it does kind of work to its credit to know exactly what it is, not waste any time doing all of the bells and whistles. Like this movie comes in at 95 minutes. Like it gets in, it starts immediately, gets right into the action, gives
Yeah.
you exactly the meat that you want out of this premise, and gets out before we're wasting too much time.
Yeah. Kim Basinger gets kidnapped like in the first like 5 minutes, right? Like it's like
Yeah,
that quick.
yeah, yeah. And it is funny to me in that dude's 1-star review when they take like to task just like the suspend disbelief nature of the movie. Like, yeah, is it absurd that she's just like sticking wires together and gets a call put through to a guy? Like, yeah, of course. But like we go to movies to see like larger than life, like suspend your disbelief type things. Like that
Yeah.
I can like that doesn't bother me whatsoever. Like, is it absurd? Yeah, but I'm here to watch an absurd thriller. Like that's why I'm here.
Yeah, it's not nearly as absurd as the fact that they just have a phone in the one room in the safe
Yes,
house that they
yeah,
keep prisoners. Like,
in
what
the
was
attic.
that?
Like
Like,
that attic has nothing but like a random table and then that perfectly working phone on like the
right,
mantle.
right.
Like
And like
why
Jason
why
Statham,
didn't
like,
you guys take that out before you put her there?
right, right. You could have just like unplugged it like an hour ago. Like, what are we doing?
Like you knew you were bringing her there. Like you definitely
Right,
cased the joint. Like
right, right, right. It's your safe house. Yeah. No, but I even if they had just put in a line where like he like smashed it and he was like, I told him to get rid of that damn phone. You know what I mean? Like just something like that. Like where it wasn't like that they like didn't have any like plan for what they were gonna do with the phone in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's almost like they saw it. They were like, "Should we get rid of it?" And they go, "No, leave it up there, so that when we bring her in there, we'll make a show of destroying it to show her like you didn't get anywhere, girl."
yeah,
Like, it was
actually,
like their
you
show
know
of
what?
force.
You sold me. You sold me. Yeah. He's like, you think you saw what I did to that phone? Just
Oh yeah,
imagine what I'll do to you. Like,
like you're next if you don't tell me
you don't
where
even want
everything
to
is.
know.
Oh my god. Yeah. So it's just like it's absolutely absurd. Uh Hilarious quick turn. Like, why is Jessica Biel in this?
Because it's 2004. I don't know. Like she's in it for like maybe 3 minutes. Like, and
Like,
even that sounds like a
yeah,
lot.
she gets the bookend scenes, and it's not even like when she shows back up at the pier at the end. She like it's not like the cops like use her as like bait to lure him out or anything. Like she just shows up, is like, "What are you doing here?" and then disappears again until she's at the ambulance with him. Like zero reasoning for you to get any name actress in that part. Like you could have just done any no
Yeah.
name. We would have been
I
happy.
did like that though, that she was the one who ripped his hood off and like exposed him. Like I thought that was a nice twist. Like he finally made it back to where he was supposed to be the whole time, and then she was like pissed because that was like why he left in the first place.
No, 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 that works. It's just like why this is like there's zero reason for it to be Jessica Biel.
By the way, the guy from When Harry Met Lloyd plays the
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, showing up as the friend, doing the exact same performance he always does too. It's good to see when everyone gets their niche, they just stick to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He plays a teenager in that same shtick like 5 years later and fired up.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Absolutely
But
incredible.
yeah, and then like I mean I don't know. I feel like I covered like most of what I want to talk about with this movie. Like I don't know that there's much else to say. Like we brought up the like when she cuts the artery and she's like because she's a science teacher,
Because
she
she's a
knows where the
science
artery
teacher, so
is.
she knows all the
It's
great
so
pressure
good.
points. Yeah, it's so
Yeah, yeah.
there's so much just like ridiculous contrivances in it that like are hilariously like effective. And then also just like how cliche filled this movie is too, that it's like, oh, of course it's dirty cops that like saw a hit. Like it's funny
Yeah,
how like
yeah.
run of the mill it manages to be, but still be completely entertaining at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, since you brought up the dirty cops, I did go searching for some fan theories this week.
Oh boy, the fact that you could even possibly find a fan theory for Cellular is like if it's Jason Statham as the transporter again, I don't want to hear it.
So hold on, hold on. You stick with me here for a second.
Here we go.
So what I usually do is I Google the name of the movie and then fan theories and just see what comes up, right? Like see like
Yes.
the first like 5 or 6 results. This week, that was a tough way to go because a lot of 5G conspiracy theories came up when I
Yeah, I
just
was gonna
typed in
say
cellular
that
fan
that's
theories.
gonna take you down a way different rabbit hole than you want to go.
Right. So I kind of pivoted. I put in cellular movie fan theories, and Google Gemini gave me a response here. I'm gonna like bring it up right here. I remember the gist of the beginning of Google Gemini's answer, which was basically what you said. There's not a lot of cellular fan theories about the movie Cellular,
I,
right?
I couldn't imagine there was.
But it does talk about like some like plot hole kind of stuff. Like it's like why is William H. Macy there? It's a lot of like, but actually that's impossible. Like it's like what it's saying.
Classic.
But hold
What
on.
do
Where
they
was
have a
it? Where
problem
was
with
it?
William? What does William H. Macy do throughout this that feels like why is he there? Like everything he does makes sense to me in this movie.
They feel like he's like a convenient like move the plot forward guy. Like he's kind of like Chris Evans is never gonna figure this out because he's a fucking idiot. So like we need like a cop who's gonna like actually solve the whole thing and like actually be there at the end when it all goes up. Like this movie
Yes,
is
I
like
mean
arguably better
Chris
if he
Evans
just does it all on his own.
Chris Evans figures everything. I mean, the only thing William H. Macy really helps him with in the end is just like not dying, but like Chris Evans does the majority of the legwork.
Yeah, I'm not
If
saying you're
anything,
wrong.
if anything, William H. Macy is kind of trying to play catch up. Like he's a contrivance in the sense that he's just there so that somebody like can vouch for Chris Evans at the end, so Chris Evans doesn't go to jail. But newsflash, Chris Evans is going to jail at the end of this movie.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yes, absolutely. He
Yeah,
robbed the store
we
at gunpoint.
yeah
It
we've
doesn't
asked this
matter if you
question. We
pay
asked this question
at
of a
the
previous
end.
movie. Yeah, we've asked this question of a previous movie, but like Chris Evans goes to jail for a while, right? Like
Yeah, I would imagine, yes. I mean, maybe William H. Macy is able to be like, no, 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 guys, it got a little crazy. But but yeah, I mean, like,
he robs
it's
a
like,
phone store. He
but
steals a lawyer's car like twice.
but
He steals it
he does
twice.
right. So he does steal a couple cars. I'll give you that. I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
Actually, yeah, he steals a couple
Um,
cars. He steals the car from the school too.
right, right, the security car. Yeah, 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 right. So like, yeah, he does steal a couple cars, but it's in the name of the law, bro. And like it's like we're kind of playing like a little bit of like nobody said a dog can't play basketball rules here. Where like is it robbing a phone store if you pay? Like what did he really do that was illegal? He shot the
So
gun.
maybe all right. So he wouldn't get on for robbery, but he absolutely like shooting a firearm in a building, like
Yeah, but
absolutely.
like he didn't shoot it like at anybody. So like what's the charge? Like reckless endangerment or something?
There's
Like it's
gotta be
maybe
a
not something he's
charge.
getting jail time for, I guess is what I'm trying to
There's
say.
gotta be a charge for like firing a gun in like a crowded store, right? Like
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's a charge you go to jail for. Maybe you get like a fine. Maybe you get But you're right, the stealing the cars he's probably going to jail for. Yes, that does sound realistic.
all right, so legal consequences, it can be reckless endangerment, assault, brandishing. You could also get unlawful possession of a weapon because that wasn't his gun. So that's serious.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he did steal a gun. That's pretty
Yes, yeah.
tough.
Like he
That is
stole a
pretty
gun. Yeah,
tough.
like he
That's
stole a
maybe
gun.
like a yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Like
That makes a
this
lot of
dude,
sense.
like he's at least doing a couple of months. Like they may be like, you're gonna do a couple of months, but we're gonna let you out for all the good stuff you did on like good behavior. You're gonna get put on like maybe house arrest or like
Yeah.
community service. Cause like I'm sure William H. Macy goes to bat for him. But like you're
Yeah.
doing some prison time.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I kind of agree. The stealing the gun thing, you really sold me.
Yeah.
But
And
so
also
Google Gemini
probably
goes on.
that security guard's probably going to prison too, because there's no way you should have a gun. Let's
Yeah,
be
right,
like a
right, right.
security guard in a
Yeah, that's
children's
fair.
school.
It's a little bit like a observe and report going on there, which is like,
Yeah,
is that the guy we really want having a gun? I don't know.
yeah.
Uh, Google Gemini goes on to say that this movie was inspired by Phone Booth, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Cup of Soup really happy right now.
Yeah, and according to the movie's Wikipedia page, Larry Cohen, the screenwriter of Phone Booth, also conceived of Cellular while working for Sony Pictures.
Wow. So like they had that guy in a room and they were just like, listen, come
Right.
up with as many phone movies as
He
you
was
possibly can.
he was the stuck in a phone call guy. Yeah, that was his
Yeah.
shtick. Yeah, he
I
had it
like
down.
I like how he had two movies. He signaled the end of the phone booth and the dawn
Right,
of
right.
phones. Like
Yeah, right. Because like phone booth's about phone booth is about how limiting a phone booth is. You're stuck in one place. You can't leave, right? Cellular's about even when you can leave, how limiting phones can be. You know what I mean? Like,
man, what a
yeah,
legend
so
that
but
screenwriter was.
then this is the peak here. This is the peak where it says
It's a
it
shame they never
says
let
and
him finish the trilogy.
there are many fan theories about about characters in Cellular being from other movie universes,
Of
but
course,
there's nothing specific with like overwhelming support.
can't
That's
help
what it
themselves
says.
with that. Like they can't help themselves but shoehorn franchises
So
together.
my fan theory is that this is a prequel to to Collateral and the Transporter,
Oh my
where
God.
Jason Statham is now a disgraced cop, and when he gets out of jail, he has to turn to a life of crime as the Transporter. That's my fan theory. I think that that's what Google Gemini is hinting at. It just doesn't have the balls to say it.
They just don't know the balls to come out right.
Yeah, and that's really the last thing I have. I don't know what else to say about this movie.
That
Like,
is just absurd. Yeah, no, I mean, like, it's a silly little thriller. I think if you get enjoyment out of like the mid-budget like thriller genre where it's going to have like a pretty contrived plot device, but like that doesn't bother you and you like just like 90-minute thrills, you can do a lot worse than Cellular.
yeah, and it's like any movie that came out in the last 5 years that's similar to Cellular is so much worse than Cellular. Like, so much worse.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Like, this is like starring like The Rock in 2018. You know what I mean? Like, and it sucks. Like, it doesn't have anywhere near the heart or like the movie making chops that Cellular has. Even if Cellular is not like a great movie, it's doing a lot of the little things really well that I think makes it like kind of quality.
think I think the biggest plot hole in this movie is when he drops the Nokia phone and it breaks. It's like, nah, it's not happening.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. How high did he drop it from again?
He dropped it from like the top of like the construction site that he was on, so maybe it fell like probably like 20 something feet, but
It's
I
pretty
don't know, dude.
high.
I've put Nokia phones through the ringer back in the day, and those things were
Yeah,
indestructible.
were you dropping them off of cranes? Like, what are you
Yes,
talking
listen, you
about?
don't know what I do on a Friday night, all right?
You
Take it
put
easy.
them through the ringer.
Put those things through the ringer, baby. Yeah, no, it's a fun little thriller, and yeah, like you said, it would be people would be hard pressed to do worse. Yeah, you would do much worse watching any original streaming movie today. So it's a fun movie that'll win you over throughout watching it. And listen,
Yeah,
if you think Chris Evans is
I'll
a babe, it's right up your alley.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you another stuck on a phone call movie. This is way better than that stupid like TSA agent movie that Jason Bateman was
Carry
in,
On.
right?
Yeah.
It's like
Oh yeah.
way
No.
better than
Yeah. Yeah.
that.
Way better than Carry On. This actually had some
Carry On
thrills to it.
sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Carry On with it's just like green screen. Like. Oh yeah. No. That one brutal. I'm with you on
Yeah.
that one. Yeah. And I don't know that I have much else to say about Cellular either. Do you have anywhere you want to take us after that, or you
Nah, I
think
don't
you're
think
gonna
so. I
turn?
think we pretty much covered it. I think we talked about everything I would need to talk about. I don't really have any like IMDb stuff to dig into. I think we had some fun with the reviews.
Well, sure. Yeah. And we will see all of these
We
people
went,
again.
we went a
So
little bit through Google Gemini and fan
yeah.
theories.
Yeah, well, yeah. Once you start diving into Google Gemini, I don't really know where else you can go from there. So then I guess we can cue it up, Jim. Do you think what drop would you think Ebert would want you to play tonight?
I am gonna go out on a limb here,
Okay.
and I am gonna say that Ebert is really gonna like this movie. I just have a gut feeling that this is gonna get a really good score. So I will play.
Can you believe that?
I'm Roger Ebert. Been a scene from the best film of the decade. This is a great film.
Like if I had to guess, I'm gonna say Ebert gave this 3.5. That's my guess. It's not quite a four, but I think he's gonna give this a really high score. I don't know why. I just got gut feeling.
You chose wisely.
No way.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, Jim, this week. Roger Ebert, 3.5 out of 4.
Yeah,
The
Ebert gets it, man.
Eves,
We're
the,
back on the same page. Okay.
the Eves was big on this movie, an absolute core de force.
Is that what he called it? Did he say that?
No, he didn't say that. But it
Oh,
would be
okay.
hilarious if that was like his.
Yeah, I
His
was like,
report.
holy shit, there's no way he said that, right?
No, he just called it one of the year's best thrillers. Which I mean, big year for phone movies. I couldn't agree more with you there, Raj. All right, so I'll turn it over to you, Jim. Where do we fall in this movie? What's your final thought, final rating for Cellular?
This might be the bit like the first like real winner of the Doctor
I was
Dolittle
just gonna
2
say, let's go
award.
on the Dr. Dolittle 2 award.
Yeah, it's a 4 out of 5. Like, what else could it be?
Ooh, man, he's going hard. I don't know that I would go quite that high. It is a fun movie. It is enjoyable, but I think I'm going to settle right into the good category there. For me, I'm going to go with a threer.
Okay, that's fair.
But I don't begrudge you. I don't begrudge you. You're four.
I think you giving a movie a 3 or less is like a qualifier for it winning the Doctor Dolittle 2 award, honestly. I think that's an
Actually, yeah, I
important
think
part of it.
yeah, the threer is like my Doctor Dolittle. Good. That is like you did the job. Like good work.
Yeah, right. They knew like we said, they knew exactly what movie they were making, much like Doctor Dolittle 2, and they made it, and they made it like really well, I think.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. All right, so with your four and my three, that's going to give us an overall score of seven. We're gonna do battle with some sevens right here now.
Cellular's about to go on such a tear.
Yeah, this is about to be something. All right. Our first battle. Do you take Cellular or Scooby Doo 2?
Cellular.
I would also take Cellular. Do you take, oh, Jim, time to put your money where your mouth is. Do you take Cellular or do you take Dr. Dolittle 2?
Cellular.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's not gonna take the name of the award, but yes, I would take Cellular, yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, I would take Cellular also over that one. Are we taking Cellular or Holes?
Oh man. I think I gotta take
A
Holes.
little tougher now. Yeah, no, I think Holes is an easy win on that one. I would agree. Holes. Holes it is. So it's gonna settle in the number 31 spot between Holes and Dr. Dolittle 2. But we got a couple more sevens here, Jim. Would you take Cellular or Shrek?
Cellular.
You're fucking out of your fucking
No,
mind.
it's a,
I
a
fucking knew you were gonna,
1000% Cellular,
I
dude. It's just a
fucking
better movie.
you were gonna say Cellular before your mouth even started moving.
It's just a better movie. I don't know what else to tell you.
Unreal, unreal. I'm taking Shrek on that one. All right, Jim. Here we go. Do you take Cellular or 2000s Castaway? I dare you. I fucking dare you.
No, I'll take Castaway. Yeah, I'll take Castaway.
You got that right. And then somehow the king of the sevens takes Cellular or Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Cellular.
You're crazy. You're a
Give
fucking
me Cellular, baby. I'll take Cellular. No, I'm probably the Grinch, but like
give
I
me
feel like right
Cellular.
now I want to say Cellular.
He's like, give me Cellular or give me death.
No, you just give me Cellular. If you don't, I'll be okay. I'll live, but but I would like it.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. But I think that's a worthy collection of movies for Cellular to be with, except Castaway. You're way off. I don't know why Castaway is stuck with those
I mean,
movies.
how many times can we talk about this? I gave Castaway too low of a score, right? I apologize.
Every episode is a potential for new listeners, and every new listener must know what you've done.
I apologize. It was way better than I gave it credit for the first time we watched it. Like the last like half hour lives rent free in my head at all times. Like I still haven't stopped thinking about it.
Any point of the day, just wakes up in a cold sweat thinking about it.
Yeah, right. It's like that. I'll never get over that scene where like he's meeting with his ex-girlfriend. Like he's meeting with her and like they both really want to, but they can't. But they want to, but they're like it'll never work. It's so good.
Maybe one day, but today can't be that day.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy. All right. So next week, be sure to join with us back when we do Resident Evil Apocalypse. That's going to be a hell of a movie. What was the last thing you jammed on?
Uh, I saw we talked a little bit about M3 and Jurassic Park Rebirth. So that's really like the last stuff that I watched is those two.
Okay, yeah, big ones, big ones. Yeah, check out our Jurassic World Rebirth episode if you want to hear more about Jim's thoughts on both of those movies. The last thing I watched is actually a movie that reminded me of this movie, and only because I watched them very like back to back. And I only say reminds me of that movie because it's very similar in how it made me feel. And at the beginning, I was like, oh, this movie is going to be torture to watch. But by the end of it, it kind of won me over. And I was like, yeah, it was stupid, but I kind of enjoyed it still. And that is the new Idris Elba John Cena vehicle, Heads of State.
Oh,
Yeah, the John Cena plays the president of the United States, Jim. I think that's all I need to say about that
of course
movie.
he does. And is Idris Elba like the prime minister or something?
Yep. So that
Oh
yeah,
boy.
it is. And the two of them don't really get along. They don't like each other because John Cena is an actor turned president. So he doesn't take him seriously. And the two of them, while they're riding on Air Force One together, Air Force One gets shot down by terrorists. And now the two of them are behind enemy lines in Belarus and must get back to safety and figure out what's going on in the world right now.
Yeah, so
And they
bad.
must, much like John Cena's acting performance, they must rise to the level of action hero and save the day. It is as
I
dumb
bet
as you're thinking right now, but at the same
in
time,
all the best ways.
yeah, in same at the same time, I was like, damn it, I think I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, they've done it again.
Yeah, it won me over by the end. So it was a streaming movie that didn't make me want to kill myself. So a credit to that movie.
Oh,
So
you know what else I did watch? That John Krasinski movie where he's like chasing
oh, the
the
fucking
art.
Fountain of Youth, that
Yeah,
fucking torture.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep for like 45 minutes of it in the middle, but like the parts I watched, pretty good. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
That movie's something, all right. I know you would like it because it's Guy Ritchie,
Yeah, yeah.
billion dollar Guy
Listen,
Ritchie.
$1 billion director Guy Ritchie, all right? You
Yeah,
gotta be saying it
you're right.
right.
You're right. I don't know what I was doing, not putting respect on that name. That's on me. That's on me.
Yeah.
But we turn it over to you now, people. Go out, form your own opinions on these movies as always. And be sure to join with us next week when we dive into Resident Evil Apocalypse. And as always, we'll see you at the movies.